Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I'm probably going to have some Marathon fans coming after me after this episode airs. But no, the thing is this. I played a little bit of Marathon. And for those that don't know, Marathon is a game that's trying to capitalize off of the trending genre extraction shooters. So, if you look at any other extraction shooter that exists, from Arc Raiders to Escape from Tarkov, Gray Zone Warfare, Incursion Red River, there's another one called Project Elite. That game didn't really take off as much, but I do remember it being a somewhat popular extraction shooter, like when it was being promoted and stuff. Even Dark Zone, Dark Zone in the Division 1 and 2. There's a lot of different extraction shooters that exist. But Marathon, and that's the thing, because I feel like that the difference between Marathon and all the other different extraction shooter games that exist, that was their first time really trying to do something extraction shooting related. And it's coming from companies where they're not really all that known for any other games. Like, I guess with Ubisoft, like, yeah, they have a lot of different games under their belt. But when it came down to Escape from Tarkov, first of their kind. Gray Zone Warfare, first of their kind. Incursion Red River, Project Elite. I'm trying to think of some other one. But, like, it was the first of their kind. Now, explain to me, this is like Ubisoft, I guess, coming out with a Division game, but it's just only Dark Zone. What sense would that make if you can just add it into a video game that already exists? So, the point that I'm trying to make is, wouldn't it have made sense if Bungie, the company behind Marathon, if they had just added that mode to Destiny and just had it where it was just a DLC or a free update? What sense does it make to come out with a whole new video game where it ain't even like a whole lot of people are going to be, I guess, so eager to jump up and like buy that game and be playing it and all this other stuff? But wouldn't it make sense if this is where all your players are at? They're all playing Destiny. Wouldn't it have made sense if to just put the game there, right? And on top of that, the game is already free. So how I guess I would have went about it is put this game into Destiny, make it into a free update. So then all the different players, I guess, yeah, having it where all the loot that you have, because I imagine that there's a lot of people that play Destiny, and yeah, probably add like some new looting system where it comes down. Well, I don't know. I think I would probably have it based off of weapons and armor. I don't think I would have it based off of med kits and all the other different stuff that they be having in there. I think I would just have it based off of weapons and armor. So it's like, okay, you can play Marathon if you want to, but overall, and I feel like that people probably wouldn't have played it for a long period of time, but I feel like that's what's going on with Marathon right now. So to just kind of explain, and this is just talking on Steam. This isn't talking on PlayStation. And did the game come out on Xbox? Hold on for a second. Let me see if Marathon came out on Xbox. I mean, if you're trying to get more players, then oh yeah, it did. It came out on Xbox. So, but the Steam player counts right now. So the game, when it came out last month, game came out in March 5th. 88,000 players, day one. Now, when you're comparing this to games like Arc Raiders, yeah, let's look at their Steam player count. Let's look at Escape from Tarkov, their Steam player count. Gray Zone Warfare. I think Gray Zone Warfare, it is going to be a little bit lower because, but my thing is this, it's not that much lower, and it just trips me out because I'm like, this is from a company, Gray Zone Warfare, that's from a company that, like, comparing them to Bungie, yeah, they're Madfinger Games, they're not on that same scale as Bungie, but the fact that they've came out with a game better than Bungie, yeah, that just overall trips me out. But anyways, actually Escape from Tarkov. Well, then again, it was, yeah, this is going based off of Steam. This isn't going based off of, I guess, I wish there was a website that'll let you know how many people played the game when it was on its own launcher thing or website and stuff. But anyway, yeah, Battle State, I think that's the name of it. But anyways, but no, so when comparing, because I think Arc Raiders, who developed Arc Raiders? Hold on for a second. Let me look it up, who developed that game. I don't think, was it a big company? No, Embark Studio. So yeah, the only other game that they have underneath their belt is the finals. So nobody didn't really know too much about Embark Studios. I guess if like that's the biggest game. And my thing is this, when you look at Bungie, and I've said this before, when you look at Bungie and you see all the different games that they've came out with from the original Halo series, Halo 1 through Reach. So yeah, Combat Evolved, 2, 3, ODST, Reach. Did I say Reach already? I think I was like Halo 1 through Reach. But anyways, you guys came out with some iconic Halo games. Then you ventured out and you came out with Destiny. In my opinion, I like Destiny a lot more than Halo. Like, my experience with Destiny was extremely different than my first time playing Halo. And the first Halo that I did play was Halo Reach. And then when you see what Bungie has become in this day and age, it's like, man, we really took the Halo games for granted. Like they were really good games, and it's messed up because it's like we're never going to don't get me wrong. Halo 4, I think I only played a little bit of 5 and Infinite. They were decent games. But the Bungie Halo games, I don't think that Microsoft can go through a lot of different companies to try to put that same feeling that we once had with the old Halo games. I don't think it's not going to happen unless Bungie goes back to Microsoft. But I think Microsoft knew what Bungie was capable of, like what type of company it was going to become. And I personally think that if Bungie would have still been working on the Halo games, it would have been getting looked at like the Call of Duty games. Like, I don't think I feel like that people don't really particularly care for Halo Infinite, and I think that's just it has a lot to do with the fact that it's not like the original Halo games. Now, I did play and beat Halo Infinite. I did play a little bit of multiplayer. I thought it was alright, but comparing it to games like Halo Reach, like, fam, I was playing Halo Reach not too long ago, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. I did play a little bit of 3. I need to just go back and play all those Halo games and stuff. But yeah, I remember playing that, and I'm like, man, where did Bungie go wrong? Because it seemed like that they were on the right track when they came out with Destiny 1. When they did Destiny 1, fam, I was like, hey, look, there is no other game that's going to take me away from this game. Then The Division came out, and I was like, okay, on second thought, Destiny 1 is still going to be a good game, but The Division, I mean, wow. I was like, that was a game where I was like, I wasn't expecting that to be so good. But then as the time went on, they came out with Destiny 2. Okay, no biggie, no problem. I do remember the conversations surrounding Destiny 2 that it didn't feel like Destiny 1, that things were missing, stuff was different, it wasn't the same game, but I still appreciated Destiny 2. I didn't see nothing wrong with Destiny 2. But as the time went on and they became a quote-unquote free game, that's when I seen Destiny and Bungie for its true colors. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't understand why make the game free. To me, it would have made a lot more sense if you guys would have just set the game at one price, $59.99, and then have it set up where there was all of the DLCs, the original story, any and everything that originally came out with that game was still in the game till this day. Because explain to me, Bungie, what was the reason of getting rid of the original Destiny 2 storyline? What was the reason for that? Because that's one of those things where I'm like, I don't think I have ever seen that with a company where they had original content for the game, got rid of it, and then added some new stuff. Even with The Division 2, like, I might have my ill feelings with The Division 2, but at least they still got the original story in that game. Even with The Division 1, and even with Destiny 1, I'm like, fam, there was no reason for you guys to do that. None whatsoever. You can come up with a million different reasons. There was no reason for you guys to do that. So, anyways, fast forward. Destiny 2 done seen its course. People ain't really fooling with that game no more. I know I've fallen for the mistake of buying the DLCs and stuff, but that's just because I'm a Destiny fan. I like playing Destiny, but after this last DLC and all the stuff that they did with it, I ended up uninstalling the game the other day because I was like, nah, man, it just doesn't feel good playing this game. I don't have the same feeling. Maybe that's something that they should do. Remaster Destiny 1, put it on PC. I don't know how you guys can possibly go wrong with that. But if it's on some stuff where you're gonna add Destiny 1 missions to Destiny 2, save it. It's one of those things where I'm like, you guys aren't listening to the fans. And that's the one thing that is so stressful about gaming, is the lack of communication and the lack of listening. Yes, you guys need to make your money, and I have no problems with that. But at the end of the day, when you're putting out a product for us to play and there is nothing good about this product, why should I continue playing your guys' product? And I know there's going to be people out there that's going to be all like, oh, well, if you don't like the game, don't play it. Play these other games. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I'm going to talk about that because it has a lot to do more so with Marathon. But my thing is this. Me being a Destiny fan and me just wanting the best for Destiny, I really don't understand what is the problem with doing things that's going to benefit the game. Like, and one thing that I will never forget is the time I remember it was some Destiny 2 fans were really trying to argue with me about saying that Destiny 2 was better than Destiny 1. My thing is this. Ask your bank account if Destiny 2 was better than Destiny 1. All right, ask the people that played Destiny 1, do you think that Destiny 2 is better than Destiny 1? Because my thing is this. If you've never played Destiny 1, you cannot speak on that game. And if you did, and you still say that Destiny 2, currently, right now, Destiny 2 is better than Destiny 1, my thing is this. Go back and play the original story in Destiny 2. Oh, that's right, you can't, because Bungie thought it would be a good idea to take it out. Oh, man. Anyways, moving on. Now, Bungie announced that Marathon was going to be coming out. Oh, okay, cool. New video game. Let's see what this is about. Wait a minute. Stop sign. It's going to be an extraction shooter. Now, this was at a time where I didn't really particularly care for extraction shooters. I, as a matter of fact, did not like extraction shooters. I ain't going to say that I hated extraction shooters, but I will say that I wasn't a fan of the extraction shooter genre. And I believe they had a lot to do with the one video game that was supposed to just be a zombie survival game, but the developers decided at the last second, let's make it into an extraction shooter. The good old video game the day before. A game that's no longer accessible, a game that's no longer playable. I don't even think, what is there anybody, let's just see something real quick, because I don't even think people can even play this game. But now let's just see. Yeah, no players. And what's crazy, this game was the most wish list game on Steam, and only 38,000 people played this game when it originally came out. Now, if somebody can explain to me why did that happen, why did the day before come out and it bombed, if you can't explain it, I'll explain it. The thing is this, when you're trying to shove a genre down our throats, people are not going to be a fan of it. That's why when you look at movies, you don't see everybody trying to do a romance movie. You don't see everybody trying to do a comedy movie. You don't see everybody trying to do an action-packed movie. No, whatever that person knows, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to work on. Now, yes, you'll see some versatile people like writers, producers, directors, and all that stuff where they can go above and beyond. Even the actors, they could go above and beyond with the performance. They could go above and beyond for a movie. For an example, James Cameron. Now, my thing is this. With James Cameron, he has done action. He has some like comedy involved in his movies. He done has some romance involved. What else? Drama. He done pretty much added just about every genre possible into his movies. When you watch movies like Terminator, when you watch movies like Avatar, when you watch movies like Titanic, you will see so many different things going down in those movies. Now, let's just say if Avatar, I guess what would Avatar be considered? Hold on for a second. Let me see. I feel like it's like an action drama or something. No, science fiction. I guess I don't know. I feel like because it did have its like drama, it had I think it just like one classification of the movie, but I feel like it had its action, it was mainly action and drama, but I guess it would be science fiction and stuff because of what's taking place in the movie and things. But anyways. But let's just say that movie was just strictly science fiction. No action, no drama, just avatars just walking around being avatars, just doing avatar stuff. But that's the thing, though. What do avatars do in those movies? If you watch any of those movies and you take out the main, like the fighting scenes, you take out the drama, what do you have left in those movies? You have probably less than an hour of what could we possibly, and I honestly, my thing is this though, definitely do that. Next time you watch an Avatar movie, fast forward through all the interesting parts and just have it where it's the parts where they just standing around talking and things. But yeah, just close your eyes, plug up your ears, and just only, well, I guess then it wouldn't be no movie and stuff. Yeah, you mess around, take yourself a nap, then woke up, and then it's all like, dang man, movie then ended. But anyways, but no, overall though, you wouldn't have a movie, all right? James Cameron, I don't think he would have went if there wasn't no action and no drama and stuff that was really like interesting going on in those movies. It was just avatars just walking around in the middle of the jungle. I guess it would still be fascinating to see the Avatar worlds and stuff, but other than that, it's like that's what makes those movies, is what's the story that's going on in those movies. Now, if you ain't got no story, then it's like, fam, or if you take it away, or no, let's say he showcases it in theaters, but then when he releases the movie on Blu-ray and digital and all that other stuff, he takes away all the interesting parts. And the only way that you can see these interesting parts is by remembering what you had watched in theaters, or by, let's say, if somebody had recorded the movie. Now, my thing is this. People wouldn't overall like that, right? I would think a lot of people would be upset if that was the case with his movies. Why is it okay with video games? Why is it okay for Bungie to come out with a video game, take out all the original stuff that was originally shown in that game, and the only way people can see the original content in that game is if they go back and watch people playing it on YouTube? But in this day and age, it's like, yeah, you can't experience what that game was before. So my thing is this. And even with talking on the day before, I feel like I was talking on that game, and I just lost my train of thought and started talking on other stuff. But anyways, but even with that game, changing it into something that it wasn't, or that it was never supposed to be, that's why that game flopped. Nobody asked for an extraction shooter. They asked for a zombie survival game. They asked for, and when you're promoting the game and making it seem like that it was The Division but with zombies, but then you come out with this game, stuff is missing. Things ain't even involved in the game, and we can only go to the city in that game. Meanwhile, there was a country area. It looked like, they had like some like it looked like a like a cornfield, like tall grass and all that stuff, and they had like house, like they had that. They had it where it was like, fam, it was a whole, like it looked like a whole Walking Dead simulator. Why would you guys decide at the last second, let's make it into an extraction shooter? That's why that game bombed. So fast forward, Bungie decides to capitalize off of the extraction shooter genre. Now, when you look at a lot of different games out there, even when you look at Arc Raiders, there's stuff to do in Arc Raiders. When you look at Escape from Tarkov, I think that's the one that everybody played. Everybody then played Escape from Tarkov. But when you look at that game, there's stuff to do in that game. Bungie, when they came out with Marathon, I honestly genuinely believe that mode, or that the extraction shooter mode, could have just been added to Destiny, because there really isn't there's nothing good about it, and that's the thing. I'm not trying to hate on this game. I'm not trying to say that it's the worst game of all time, but I definitely think that Marathon could have been something more. But when developers, they get to a point where they get lazy and they don't want to add no stuff to the game, you get games like Marathon. Because my thing is this: how do you guys go from the Halo series to the Destiny series now to Marathon? And Marathon is just one mode. So what's funny, right, is that I posted a clip of me playing Marathon. And it was a clip of me going in this building, finding some loot. As soon as I walked outside, guys camping around or waiting for me to leave, shoots and kills me. And I'm thinking to myself, while I was in this building looting and finding some stuff, while you were outside waiting for me to walk out so you can, I guess, show me the element of surprise, shoot and kill me, and then I'm caught off guard and all this other stuff, you could have been walking around the map finding loot. And what trips me out is that in some of these extraction shooters, and that's the thing, I will compare the game to Gray Zone Warfare, because that's the one extraction shooter that I have to say that I have been playing a lot recently. I'll compare it to both Gray Zone Warfare, talking on Marathon, compare that game to both Gray Zone Warfare and Arc Raiders. And overall, why I just don't see Marathon being a long-lasting game. I don't see it being a game where it's like, because my thing is this: again, Bungie, you came out with video games that has so much content consistent, then all of a sudden you turn around and come out with this. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But anyways, so I'm walking out of the building. Guy catches me off guard, shoots and kills me. I end up losing the stuff that I found. I can't remember if it was stuff for a mission or if it was just random stuff. Well, on top of that, I didn't even know where the mission was at. So, like, they did the server slam where they let you know where a mission had took place at. For some reason, when the game came out, they didn't even do all of that. So, I don't know. Maybe I went about playing the game wrong or incorrectly. I don't know. But overall, though, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if I'm trying to do a mission and you ain't really telling me where to do the mission, it's kind of like with Gray Zone Warfare, how that game was before 0.4. They did the same exact stuff. And what did they do? They came out with an update to let you know and pinpoint where exactly missions took place at. So I don't know what was going on with Marathon, but I'm like, my thing is this though. Even with Bungie, and if you guys have played Destiny, either 1 or 2, they even let you know where exactly you need to go when it came down to doing missions. So explain, again, maybe I was playing it wrong. Why is it that you had it in the server slam, but you didn't have it set up in the full game when the game finally hit? Well, it was even a difference between the server slam. Whatever you did in the server slam, that's pretty much what went down in the full game and stuff with the full release of the game and things. But my thing is this. So I post that clip. I post a clip. I talked on my frustrations. I ain't like that, because my thing is this. I don't like the idea of having it set up where I got to do missions. And then in order for me, like, I don't even know, do they even have like a safe pocket feature where it's like you can save things that's like meant for missions and stuff? Because if they don't have that, how am I supposed to go about beating these missions if you have it set up where it's a PvPvE game and there's people that are going to be camping around corners killing you? Don't even have an option, I don't even know if they did or not, to have a safe pocket thing. But if not that, why not have it set up where it's like, okay, play the game a few times, earn some credits or some money, and then you can buy an insurance thing for your characters for their loot. But I just know that there's going to be those fans that just love going around, camping around, killing people and stuff that's going to talk against that. This podcast episode ain't for you. You guys actually can leave this podcast episode. I do not want to hear absolutely nothing from people that are going to be arguing about what I'm talking about, because I guarantee and I promise you, let you play a game and you're having all these different frustrations and problems and issues going on with the game. I guarantee and I promise you, you're going to be in the same boat as me and talking about your friend. There's not one single gamer in this world that has played a video game and they just, I don't have no complaints for it. If you are a gamer over the age of, you're an adult, okay? Even if you are a teenager, still, you have played at least one video game where you had problems with it and you talked about it, whether it was online or IRL with some friends that you either work with, went to school with, whatever the case is. All right, but so anyways, I talked on my frustrations with this game and the comments that I was getting, and it's almost comical because there was one comment where they told me to play this new Pokemon game that came out. And I'm thinking to myself, even though that Pokemon game is a little bit more expensive, still, I think I would have a better chance at playing that game and actually enjoying myself than to play Marathon. And then it was, of course, people talking about skill issue. I love when people leave comments like that, but they never explain how it's a skill issue. Like, and that's the thing. It's like everybody then died in a video game when you done played it online. There is not one person in this world that has played the video game and they've never died online. Unless it's a person that just strictly plays single player, those would be the only ones. But if you've played a multiplayer game, you've died online. So does that mean that you also have a skill issue? Because if that's the case, every gamer has a skill issue. Every gamer that's played an online game, we all have skill issues. So that's why that whole skill issue comment, catchphrase and stuff, that can get pushed to the side. It's not a skill issue. It's a shooting game. I know how to play shooting games. I've been playing shooting games since I was a kid. So that whole skill issue comment, you could go on about, well, you know what? No. So my thing is this, right? Gray Zone Warfare. I would say, difficulty wise, this game is a lot more challenging than Marathon. Even more challenging, both Marathon and Arc Raiders combined. I would say that if you've played games like Escape from Tarkov, that's what Gray Zone Warfare is. But so anyways, Gray Zone Warfare, it's a tactical extraction shooter. So what they do is they put you on this big giant map and you have to come up with some strategy plays in order to kill, and that's the thing that I love so much about this game, is that you have the option of playing PvPvE and PvE. So they ain't no like PvE where it's like, oh, there's like certain zones that you can go to where it's PvE. No, they have it set up where if you want to play PvPvE, it's a mode called Warfare, where that's where you can kill other people. That's when you can loot other people's bodies and all that stuff. And then they have Joint Operations, where that's PvE. Can't kill nobody, can't loot other people's bodies. All you just do is kill NPCs and do missions. But there ain't no difference between both games. And that's the one thing that I can say that I respect so much about Gray Zone Warfare, is that it is developers. We're more so talking on the developers of the game. They actually listen to fans. Bungie, and it just seems like that with these high-end companies, they don't take the time to listen to their fans. The only fans that they'll listen to is the big content creators that be streaming their game on a regular. And you know what's so funny? Hold on for a second. Let's just see who's online right now. I don't see not one okay, so there's the one guy, Hutch MF. I think he was playing Marathon at one point. He's playing Rush right now. Let's see some other. Did LOL Tyler 1? Did he ever play Marathon? Maybe he did. I don't know. But anyways, he's currently playing Street Fighter 6. Let's see. But yeah, all the streamers that I'm following, they're not playing Marathon. Even like they got like some big streamers that's in the like this, because I'm currently lurking in the streamer Yana J. But yeah, they have like some recommended streamers. None of them are playing. Let's just see overall though, Marathon. Sorry, Yana J, I'm gonna have to exit out the stream. Okay, so they do. Sorry, there's still some people that's playing Marathon and stuff. Those are the recommended. Let's see, high to low. Wow. Wait a minute. Viewers high to low. Why is it that they say that it looks like the highest viewed streamer? Because they're saying one is 52, but then the other one is 550. So I'm like, how is that higher than the other? I don't even understand that. But anyways, currently right now, I think that's just because there's a lot of different people that are playing the game. Maybe they've developed some addiction. Maybe there's people out there that genuinely do enjoy the game. And I'm not trying to take that away from you. If you genuinely enjoy Marathon, hey, more power to you. Play that game. Enjoy it. Love it. All that stuff. But my thing is this. It is going to get to a point in time where you look up and you're not even playing this game anymore. You have it on your computer. It's going to show the last time you played it was months ago. And then what you're going to do is right click. Hold on for a second. Let me just kind of show, because I need to make sure. You're going to go to your library. You're going to right click the game, go to manage, uninstall, and then it's going to ask, are you sure you want to uninstall, or would you like to uninstall the game from the device? You're going to click it, and then next thing you know, that game is going to be gone from your library. Now, what my thing is this. What's the point of defending the game because the way people be defending video games, you would think that they're gonna be playing this game day and night every single day for the rest of their life, and they ain't gonna play no other video games. That's why you'll never see me so quick to jump up and defend a video game and make it seem like that's the greatest game, since I'm trying to think of the greatest game of all time. Whatever the greatest game of all time is, that's not what Marathon is. Marathon is nowhere near being the greatest game of all time. When there are so many other different games out there, like if we look at even some old games, I have to say probably one of the funnest experiences that I've had with gaming is playing Saints Row 2. Now, that's a video game. I will argue and say that would definitely, if there's like a list of some of the greatest video games of all time, Saints Row 2 is that game. Because I'm telling you, I played that game every day, beat it multiple times. What else? I wish I did get the DLCs when they were out and stuff, but bought that game multiple times. I wonder how much that game's going for on Steam, because if it's actually not going for that much, I think times before though where I tried playing this game, it doesn't. Oh, it is only going for $9.99 right now. I wonder, should I, crap, yeah, I think that's why I didn't really fool with this game. I do have it on, whatchamacallit, Xbox, so I should, that's what I should do. I should just go ahead and just play it on there instead of getting it on PC and the game be crashing left and right, because, yeah, man, Saints Row 2, that's one of those games where I'm like, I couldn't get enough of it. That was a game where I'm like, I played it so many different times to where I was like, bruh, this is one of the greatest games that I've ever played. Now, if we're looking at a game similar to Saints Row 2, where I could say that's another great game, Grand Theft Auto 4. And that's the thing. Saints Row, I would say that Saints Row 2, the reason why that game was so good to me because of how fun it was. But Grand Theft Auto 4, when you look at the detailing of just all the different stuff in there, because that was Rockstar Games, like their first Grand Theft Auto, where it wasn't like the other Grand Theft Autos. Like the physics was different, the detailing was different, everything was different. It was one of those experiences where it's like, man, I really do wish that I can go back to 2008 and experience that game for the first time all over again. Because it was one of those games where I was like, wow, story was good. Story was good too in Saints Row 2. I did like the story. But I mean, the story in Grand Theft Auto 4, that's the thing with Rockstar Games. I feel like that they hire actual writers like from movies and stuff to work on games like that. What's the story in Marathon? What could we like do? And my thing is this: do you ever see Marathon being a movie? Out of all the games that that Bungie has done, Destiny, Halo, and Marathon, what out of those three games, what game do? Well, yeah, they already done made Halo into a TV show, but let's say that the TV show never existed, right? What do you see out of those games? Which one becoming a TV series or a movie? Because with Halo, there's a story. With Destiny, there's a story. What does Marathon have? Absolutely, some lore that people done came up with about characters where we don't even know if it's true or not. Yeah, no, I'm okay. I think I will be waiting, even if like Destiny and Halo were like some sci-fi TV shows and movies and stuff. I just know that there would be a lot to come up with when it came down. Yeah, there even could be some like side stories and stuff. I would see Halo and Destiny being like a Star Wars franchise where there's a lot of different, because you can do movies and TV shows about Crucible. You could do it about the story, and then the DLCs and all that stuff, the characters. Yeah, there's a lot to that can be done with Destiny, even with Halo. I mean, and yeah, I'm like, they already done came out with Halo TV shows and stuff. So that's why I'm like, fam, Marathon don't have that. But I'm trying to think of some other games out there. Racing games, like, okay, Forza Horizon, that series, any of the Forza Horizons. You can even take, hold on, let's just see, what was the worst Forza Horizon? What was the worst Forza Horizon game? Let's just see which one they say. Based on community discussion and reviews, Forza Horizon 5 is frequently cited as the worst mainline entry by critics due to a boring, repetitive career mode and broken AI despite its high visual quality. However, Forza Horizon 2 for the Xbox 360 is widely considered the worst experience overall, largely due to it being a technically lackluster, stripped down version of the Xbox One game. Okay, so I should play it and see what it's all about. Forza Horizon 2 on the Xbox 360. But my thing is this. Okay, let's just talk on both those games. Even with, and I think I understand why they say that, because that transition from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, a lot of games wasn't really looking so good on last gen consoles because they were moving on. But my thing is this: there ain't no next gen. Okay, PC, there ain't nothing next gen coming out. But my thing is this: even with the lack of, I guess, the development that they did with Forza Horizon 2, still, that game got more content in it than Marathon. And this is an Xbox 360 game where the Xbox One version would be a lot better. But even the Xbox 360, I haven't even played it, but I can tell you guys right now, you would get more time playing that game than you would get Marathon. Because like with Marathon, it's like, okay, my thing is this. At least with Forza Horizon 2, you would be able to, even Forza Horizon 5, because I played, I beat the Xbox One version of Forza Horizon 2, and I beat the Xbox Series X version of Forza Horizon 5. And that's one thing that I will say is that game is way more playable. It ain't on no stuff where it's like players is hitting me as I'm getting ready to cross the finish line. Well, for one, the game is they do have an offline mode. Not saying that will improve Marathon, but I'm just saying that overall, though, Forza Horizon 2 and 5 is way more playable than Marathon. And the thing is this: Marathon only has one mode. Forza Horizon 2 and, because I'm trying to think, Forza, I just mainly did the story. I didn't really do no side stuff in Forza Horizon 2. But let's just talk on Forza Horizon 5. So that game has the career mode where you do the circuit races, you do the point-to-point races. I'm trying to think of some other races. Oh, they have like these expedition races where it's like you're racing trains, planes, where some other stuff, driving all these different crazy vehicles and stuff. And just speaking of the amount of content that they have in there, the amount of vehicles, I think there's, how many cars do they have in Forza Horizon 5? How many cars are in Forza? Over 900 cars. Do whatever the content is in Marathon. Let's just say weapons, okay? Like, I feel like that's the main because it's a shooter game. So that's gonna be the main thing. How many weapons are in Marathon? Let's just see. 28 weapons. So my thing is this, to the racing fans out there, would you play Forza Horizon? So yeah, let's say all the other Forza Horizon games, they all got 900 cars in the game, right? And then Turn 10, I think that's the name of that company, they decide to come out with the Forza Horizon that only has 28 cars. And then and then it's the map size is pretty much from, I'm trying to think, what's that area? Okay, the size of a mall, like a mall parking lot. That's the race. So yeah, you can race through the mall, you can race around the mall, but that's the only map that they like. The biggest, let's just say that, what's the biggest mall in the what's the biggest mall in America? The Mall of America in Bloomington, Minnesota. Okay, dang, that mall, bro, that looked like a whole attraction. That looks like a park. Oh, we might have to go. I might have to go to Minnesota. Dang, bro. I didn't realize that they were packing like that. That's crazy looking. I'm like, wow. I'm like, I gotta go out to that mall, man. But anyways, but yeah, let's just say that that's the duration or that not duration, but that's the size of the map. Do you think you would play a game where there's only 28 cars and the map size is the size of a mall? No, you wouldn't. I know that you wouldn't. And anybody say, oh, I would play that game. Yeah, you would play it to maybe see what it's about, but you're not going to be playing this game day and night. And my thing is this. Why is that okay for Marathon? That overall tells me that the people that are defending this game, you haven't played Destiny and the Halo games, where it's like all like the original content, all of the content in Destiny 2, and then all of the content in Destiny 1, and then all the Halo games that Bungie worked on. You really gonna well, I guess hear my voice in this podcast episode, leave a comment, and really tell me that Marathon is the best game that Bungie has ever released? I'm sorry, but you do not know absolutely nothing about gaming. Nothing at all. So if you want to really sit here and try to explain that to me, please explain in details, in a full paragraph, multiple sentences, how is Marathon better than, because hold on for a second, because I think they do have the Halo games on Steam. Let's just see. Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Infinite, those are the DLCs. Campaign Evolved, is that a thing that they or is that like another? I think that's another DLC. Is it though? Hold on for a second. Yeah, they don't even show nothing for that, so that might, it's either an old game, that I think that might be it. Is that it's an older version, that's probably what had released years ago. But okay, let's just see here how many. Okay, let's exit out of that. Okay, so I will say that they have them beat on the Master Chief collection, but it's probably because not all time peak. So and I think that was probably when they added it to PC. Well, it has all the Halo, I don't know, but anyways, but all-time peak, 88,000 players for Marathon, all-time peak for Halo, the Master Chief Collection, 161,000. And mind you, these are all old video games that they released in the Halo Master Chief Collection. So, but yeah, they will have them beat on players right now. But still, though, there's 6,000 people that are choosing to play Halo over Marathon. That's saying something right there. Halo Infinite. Okay, again, not on all-time peak, but they got them beat on current players. But still, that's showing something right there. 2,000 people are currently playing Halo Infinite, but 272,000 played this game when I believe when it originally came out. So that's saying something right there. Yeah, that's I had Escape from Tarkov. I think I already covered Escape from Tarkov, but yeah, man, people sitting here trying to explain to me that Marathon is a good game, and then leaving comments talking about, oh, go play these other games if you don't like Marathon. Games that are actually good, games that are like playable. Meanwhile, Marathon, I guarantee and I promise you, let some more extraction shooter games come out, and with Gray Zone Warfare, with all the different updates that they're doing, Incursion Red River, that thing, yeah, they came out with an update that definitely improved that. Well, you know what? No, let's just look up this. Okay, so Marathon Steam player count, Gray Zone Warfare. Gray Zone Warfare Steam. Oh, that's I was like, what are these like things I hadn't looked up for the game? But I forgot that I was looking up how to do some missions in that game, because I will say that's probably the only thing. But I'm not like, at least my thing is this though. At least the missions are discoverable and you can find them on the map at some point in time. With Marathon, it's like, yeah, that's not the case. But anyways, yeah, because it's all like they want to have it set where it's just you just walking around and then end up running into somebody and getting killed and things. So okay, let's open up all of the okay, so they actually do have Incursion Red River and Gray Zone Warfare beat, and I think that's only because people don't know about Incursion Red River and Gray Zone Warfare. And I think if they were to know about Incursion Red River and Gray Zone Warfare, even Gray Zone Warfare alone, I think a lot of people will argue and say that Gray Zone Warfare is definitely a better game. Even Incursion Red River, I guess for me, because I do like the PvE aspect of just playing games like that, I would still say that game, I had a better experience in Incursion Red River than I did Marathon. But it's like, when you showcase what I guess, like, because you even see this like cover art, like screenshots and all these other different things, and they make it seem like that it's a whole new experience, but it's an extraction shooter. Like, that's kind of misleading, you know. So, but hey, at the end of the day, if y'all like the game, play it. I ain't gonna take that away from you. I ain't gonna take it away that people like that game. But here's the thing though, when you look up and people ain't playing this game no more because it's overall not a good game, in my own personal opinion, don't say I didn't warn you, all right? So, but anyways, I you know what, and the thing is this, I'll just let you guys stop playing the game, and then at some point in time uninstalling the game. I'll let that do the talking for me, because I know that is going to happen. All the people that want to defend Marathon, I know that eventually that is going to happen. And that's pretty much just proving my point, because it's going to get to a time where either you're like, hey, I'm done with this game, or there's another game that comes out and you're like, dang, I want to prove that TMossBoss guy right, but I need some space on my PC. What game can I uninstall? Oh, I haven't played Marathon. Marathon ain't all that good. And I feel like there'll be some people that'll do that, thinking like I can really see what they doing and stuff. I'm like, fam, you uninstall the game, you uninstall the game. I'm not like gonna laugh at it, or you know, but it's like, if you uninstall it, then it's like, okay, then you just, yeah, you are proving me right on what I had said. But at the end of the day, it's like, fam, I'm not gonna be all like, oh, I gotta belittle you and all these other different things. I'm just trying to prove a point. But overall though, I'm like, no, it is gonna get to a point where a game comes out, you are gonna try to make up some memory on your gaming PC, and then yeah, or Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you're playing on, and then yeah, overall you ain't gonna be like, okay, well, what's easier, getting rid of Marathon or going out and buying some more memory? I think we all know what you're gonna do with that. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service, and peace.